All right, let's get started. Welcome to my class. So it's very hard to make one class. So before we learn, I decide to have orientation of Korean class. So I named Crazy Korean. Welcome. So Tracy, so this week we have a simple OT. And from next week, we learned Korean really. But today also is very interesting because there are some informations about Koreans. So I hope it will be nice time. So there is one question. Is it difficult to learn Korean? So some people think it is easy, but many people think Korean is very difficult to learn, I think. Actually, there are some languages for English speaker, Spanish, Portuguese, French, Italian, and some languages are very easy to learn for English speakers because yeah, these are the languages in the Europe. So topographically and culturally, religiously, they are close each other. So I think, and also in the languages, they got similarity. Then, what are the hard languages for English speakers? Yeah, these are the difficult. These are terrible things for English speakers. So actually, these languages don't use basically English alphabet. Actually, Spanish, French, Italian, there are some different, but actually they use alphabet, like Latin alphabet. But these have their own alphabet. Actually, I don't know about Arabic, but I can explain Japanese, Chinese, Koreans, uh, which is in the East Asia. So first, Japanese, actually they have three types of alphabet actually on writing. First, it is hiragana. So my friends in the Ivory Coast, he said it is not writing. Actually, it is drawing. So it is hiragana, and it is for pure Japanese. So you should memorize these things before you learn Japanese. And next, you should memorize katakana, which is for the long word, like words from English, words from European languages. So you should both things. And lastly, you must memorize kanji, 2,136 Chinese characters. Yeah, it's terrible. So even though I'm Korean, when I try to learn Japanese, actually the super many Chinese characters uh, block block for me to learn Japanese. Then how about Chinese? Actually, I can say it is worse than Japanese. Actually, there are 3,500 Chinese characters, and and there are four tones. So though there are though one word have a one pronunciation, but it has four tones, or then it the meaning is different according to the times. Yeah, it's terrible. So I think, even though I'm Korean, Korean is, I think, easier than Japanese and Chinese for English speakers because we don't have the much like we don't have like many words. We have only our own alphabet. So we call it is Hangeul, which is Korean alphabet. So we have 14 consonants, 14 basic consonants and basic vowels. So if you memorize these things, then you can read many Korean words, though you don't know the meaning. And if you add double consonants and double vowels on your hat, then I can say you can read everything of Koreans, though you don't know the exact meaning of that. Yeah, it is luck. It is lucky. It is luck to you, right? So I recommend that you to learn Koreans when you try to get in the Japanese or Chinese. So from next week we learn basic consonants and vowels. Then before we learn, we should know who made Hangul, who made Korean writing. So King Sejong made Hangul. In the 1443, he made it. He made Hangul. Then before the time, people people used Chinese characters, but though we used Chinese characters, the pronunciation and tones were totally different. And plus, only noblemen no, only noblemen knew the Chinese characters. So normal people they couldn't read writing. So there were also some news and sign or books, but normal people they couldn't read. So if there were coronavirus, then government would announce that you should wear mask, you should wash your hands, but generally people cannot read, so they must die because they don't read Chinese characters. Because of that, King Sejong made his mind to make our own writing, but at first noblemen opposed it because knowing the Chinese characters is their power. It was their authority. But regardless of their opposition, King Sejong made Hangul, and now normal people can read and write. Yeah. So Korean people respect King Sejong because he loved his people. And just like Americans respect President Lincoln, many Korean people, no, I think every Korean people respect King Sejong, and he's on the Korean dollar, and it is $10,000, and it is around $7, $7 US. Yeah, but though he made Hangul, actually we was about to lose our own language because we were on the Japanese colonial rule for 36 years. Japan Japan tried to remove our own writing, our own language. But yeah, of course, our ancestors resisted to annex. But Japanese people were really manipulative and clever, so they prohibited using Koreans. And yeah, so you can see on this picture, you can see in the picture on the blackboard, it is Japanese. So in the class or in general, we couldn't use our own language. And also they changed our name to Japanese name. Let's say you are Tracy, but from today you are not Tracy. You are Naoi Lei, which is Japanese name. So yeah, we lost our Korean name and we should use Japanese name. And in the class, Japanese teachers, have a Japanese sword. Yeah, it is very fearful and scary. But I don't know. I can say thankfully, but thankfully, America airdropped the atom bombs in Hiroshima and Nagasaki. So right away, Japan surrendered. So from 1945, we got freedom from Japan. So now we use our own language, Hangeul. And someone asked to me, is it same between South Korean language and North Korean language? I can say it is almost same. Actually, there are some difference in grammar, but we can talk each other. But one big specialty in North Korea, they don't use loan words. They don't borrow a word from another language. For example, there is a word pizza. In South Korea, we just use with our own pronunciation. So we call pizza. And for hamburger, we just call hamburger. Or yeah. But in North Korea, they don't use pizza and hamburger. Actually, I don't know how can they call hamburger and pizza without English. But they made with pure Korean and they use. Yeah. So next week we will learn Korean writing, the simple, the basic consonants and vowels. Though I said Korean is very difficult language for English speakers, but reading is super easy. So I mean, even though you don't know the meaning of word, if you have my class, you can read. Actually, because Korea, Korean is alphabet language, just like English. So if you memorize all Korean alphabets, then you can freely read. I think step by step, then you can step forward to next level. Then I think finally master Korean. So in these days, K-pop like BTS and some other K-pop groups and K-drama, and on the Netflix there are many many series of Korea. So I hope this time, or in your life, you just step by step try to learn Korean, and finally, yeah, you can can watch some Korean drama without subtitles. Yeah. Thank you and see you next week.